Dissolving a reality. Now, let me tell you about a story. This is my last story before we conclude. In the Bhagavad Gita, there was a king. And this king's name was Arjuna. And Arjuna was in a real depressed state. It was the eve of a great battle. And nothing is more depressing than having to go to war. And he had to go to war. He was the king of a kingdom. He had many subjects in his kingdom, but some of those subjects got involved with another kingdom, and some of those subjects were his own relatives. An aunt and an uncle were over there. His own son deserted him and went over there to this other kingdom. And it was the eve of a battle with this other kingdom about some stupid thing that people go to war about. And he was really concerned because he may have to kill his own relatives, maybe even his own son, because he's a warrior, king. And that night, he's really down, and he's walking in the camp, really depressed and wondering what to do. And in the camp, sitting in the camp, or actually by their horses and their chariots, are the chariot drivers. There are a lot of them. Well, there's a lot of warriors, about 1,000 of them going to battle. And he comes upon his own chariot driver. And his chariot driver happens to have the name Krishna. Now, I go to New York quite often, get into a cab. I always look to see who's driving me. I've been driven at least 4 times by Muhammad. 4 times. At least twice by Moses. More times than I can count by Jesus. So it's not surprising that Arjuna would have a driver named Krishna. I mean, after all, you know. So he's sitting down, he's talking with, he sees Krishna, he walks, he says, "Oh, Krishna, I have such a problem. I am very, very, very worried. I don't know what to do. I'm going to have to go to the battle, fight battle. I don't know what to do. I'm so depressed. What am I going to do?" And Krishna says, "Don't worry about things. Don't worry about anything at all." Krishna looks at him and says, "What do you mean? What do you mean, don't worry about it? I got to fight it. I got a battle to fight. What do you mean, though?" He says, "I got it covered," Krishna says. "I got it totally covered. It's all done." What do you mean you got it covered? It's all done. "They're already dead. Don't worry about things. They're all done. It's finished. I have done it. I've taken care of it all. It's all gone." He says, "What are you talking about?" He says, "Well, don't you understand? Don't you see who I am?" He says, "Well, you're Krishna. You're my church." He says, No. I am Krishna, the Lord God Krishna, the God. I'm Krishna. Hey, come on. Krishna, what are you talking about? You're my driver. Krishna, what are you talking about? He says, what is it? "No, I'm the Lord God Krishna. I'm the guy. I'm the real thing here." And suddenly he goes like this. "Whoa, what are you saying to me? How can you talk this way to me? I'm the king. You can't talk to me. I'm a king. I'll have you beheaded. I'll kill you." He says, and finally he sees who he's talking to. And Krishna, the Lord God Krishna, the God of all time, shows himself as you see in this picture. And suddenly what Arjuna sees is all of the possible faces of Krishna from the beginning of time until the ending of time. He sees 1,000 sunrises and sunsets so bright that they're blinding to his eyes. He can't even see them all. He sees, when he looks at the faces of Krishna, he sees in the faces of Krishna the face of Arjuna, his own face. And at that moment, at that instant, he knows. He finally gets what's going on. Because Krishna is showing him his true nature. Not a god, but the true nature. So that he sees the drama of the battle that he's about to go into, in which all of the lives to yet to be and were are merely pictures, illusions. Not that they're not meaningful, The drama is meaningful. You get into it, but it's only a passing, because we all go through the phases of life and death. I thought it would be interesting for you to see this. It's a spiritual secret of all ages. It's called surrendering the ego. This is what Krishna is telling Arjuna. It's a view of the sub-space-time reality from a spiritual and a physical way. This is from paintings by Alex Gray called Sacred Mirror, and you can go to his website if you want to know more. Watch. There you see the human being, various chakras, and the invisible quantum field and aura that surrounds the human being. But now, watch this. This is what I talk about when I mean the dissolving. Watch what happens. Now the human being is becoming more of the field, the quantum field, and now the dissolution is going on until you become the pure field essence, the vibration, the Krishna, which is all of us. Now we're coming back into, we're reforming, we're restructuring, we're coming back into ourselves again, and finally we're coming back as our bodies again. Like to see that again? Okay, this is almost like what happens to you when you die. This is how you go out. You have a little bit of form at first, you have certain memories that go, but after a while, even those go away. And you become and remember who you truly are. You've never been different from that. You're still that right now. You're always that. This is your birth. This is your coming in. This is your forming. This is your mind at work as well, by the way. This is going on in you all the time. And there you are back again. So this is our story. This is what's really going on as far as we understand it. This is the kind of a quantum physical view and inspiration. So that now you have pondered this for a while, do you finally know the question, who am I? Not me. You. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. Appreciate it very much. Thank you.
About like we're all basically made out of the same stuff, but then you talked about individual personalities and interests. So what does that? Is it just our experience? I mean, you know, that's what
if I were to answer your question and tell you what does it, how would that help you with this? In other words, if I point to something doing it, it's a process.
Right.
It's a drama. The way I put it is the fundamental basis of the universe is drama.
Right.
In order to have drama, you got to have roles to play.
Right.
Parts to play. And you have to have a certain kind of stability and action. And some action stars, some are vamps, some are this. And we all play roles in this drama.
But it's just arbitrary.
It's pretty arbitrary.
It's nobody's iron and nobody's neon. You know, like you can choose to be neon if you want.
You've also chosen certain genetic codes in which to operate with.
Understood. Gotcha.
Because you're attracted to that.
Right.
And we all have desires and attractions and addictions to certain forms of our bodies and everything else.
But all that, it's like anything that, like, you can control your addictions. You can, I mean, you can control your addictions. Your interests can change. So it's all.
You can, but you have to be careful that you don't substitute another addiction for it.
True. Thank you.
That's all I can say. It's nothing profound. Yes. Thank you. Thank you.